Well, we're very excited about today's news. What it means is that Post have obviously acquired the Weetabix food company, and part of that acquisition is all about long-term investment and growth in our core UK business.
Yes, when we last spoke in January, you were talking about a £30 million investment into the business. Will that still go ahead?
Yes, it will, and I think that's the really important thing. I've known Rob Vitale, the CEO of Post Holdings, for a number of years. We first started talking about this about a year ago, and what it finally came down to is he believes in the strength of the business, the great brands we have. Last year we grew our core business in the UK, we grew our market share, we launched our drinks business. We've had a lot of success in China, and then he believed in those long-term investment plans, whether it's investing in the brands or that capital investment that we talked to you about.
Now, in the statement, there are references to cost savings. Is that going to be in terms of more efficient procurement, or are we talking about job cuts potentially?
I think that's really for Rob to talk about. In our core UK business, Post actually don't have any operations here, and we'll continue to operate Weetabix, Alpen, Ready Brek in the UK business as long as we remain successful.
And what about Weetabix in the United States? You already have a presence there. Do you think potentially this offers you the chance to sell more of the product?
Yeah, I hope so. I think with the strength of Post, their brands, their scale in the marketplace, we should be able to accelerate our growth of our business there as well. But fundamentally, this investment is about the core UK business. That's the biggest part of the business, and it's brands like Weetabix and Alpen.
Post have a tradition for being quite an acquisitive business. Do you think their UK ambitions end with the acquisition of Weetabix, or do you think this is merely a staging post for them to grow bigger in this country?
I think you'd have to put that to Post. From this particular case, it's about investing in the core Weetabix business. That's going to take us a while. We'll need to integrate the business. We'll need to accelerate the plans that we have in place. So the focus is primarily on driving growth of our core UK business, our joint ventures in Kenya and South Africa, as well as our business in China.
Yeah, you mentioned China. Clearly, that was part of the ambition under your previous owner, or one of your two previous owners. Does China somewhat take a bit of a back step now compared with your ambitions elsewhere?
On the contrary, we've been very successful in China. We doubled our business last year. Our presence is now in nearly 40 cities in the country. And actually, as part of this announcement today, you'll see that Post and Bright Foods are forming a joint venture to continue running the Weetabix business in China.
And is it going to make your job easier now, the fact that you're going to have one owner rather than two?
Well, my job's transitioning through this phase. Today, we announced that I'll be becoming chairman of the Weetabix Food Company, and I'm here to help Rob transition the business, integrate the business, and we'll be introducing Sally Abbott, who will be taking over as the managing director of the UK and Ireland part of the business.
And in the couple of months since we last spoke, how has trading been? Is demand holding up reasonably well?
We've actually achieved a record market share. We talk about market share being the ultimate scorecard. So we've seen our core branded business continue to grow. We've seen our Weetabix on-the-go drinks business double. But the market's still challenging. The economy is still tough. So we need to be very mindful of that as we plot the path for the remainder of the year. But I'm confident at the core of it, we've got great tasting, nutritious brands that consumers want and our customers want.
As you say, Post has little in the way of UK presence here at the moment. Would you anticipate more of their brands hitting UK supermarket shelves following this deal?
I think part of that we'll look at that with the Post team. But fundamentally, this investment is about investing in the core UK business.
And while we have you, Giles, what's your reaction to news of the snap general election today? Is this another piece of disruption that you could do without?
Well, we're not really going to comment on politics. It did take us all by surprise. I'd imagine probably took some of you in the media by surprise. We'll continue to do our best to run the company as well as we can. British families can still wake up to the nation's favourite breakfast cereal tomorrow.